Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hi, welcome to TFYLP, episode 620. We are live tonight. It is Wednesday, May 14th. I'm Lucas, and I am joined tonight by Christian.
What up?
Anna.
Good evening.
And Phil.
Sup?
So, we obviously have a new video streaming thing. So, forever we use Skype. Now we're switching over to this Video Ninja, which is essentially a web plugin to, for OBS and all that. So, the question I have for if there's people out there watching, can you please confirm whether or not our audio is actually working? Can you actually hear what I am saying? Because when we did the test last night, my audio didn't come through, but the other people's did. So,
in case that's still happening, Lucas is asking audience members if they can hear us, all four of us, including him. Because last night, when they did a test, everyone was audible except Lucas, so he's asking for confirmation.
So far, there's nobody here to answer that question.
It's probably like you're the person. So we have no one. Where's Randall at? This is where we need Randall. We need Talib. Come on, guys. Oh, but I forgot to post. I forgot to post the link.
Be part of it.
I forgot to post the link for the show in the Discord. So that could be my fault too. Are you trying to play it back, Anna? Oh, but I forgot to post. Okay, good. Phew. All right. So, the other thing too is obviously we're not using Skype. This is a little bit different audio setup. So if people could also comment on whether or not, and it can be later on the video or whatever too, if people can comment on, if the audio sounds okay, like if my audio level is too high, too low, if other people's audio levels are too high, too low as well, because again, like we're still trying to tweak, whatever this new setup is. So, but anyway, so it's been a couple weeks. Your video's always laggy, Christian. What? How is this happening, Christian?
I'm just that good.
I think, so somehow do you have to have something on your own personal laptop or whatever? What do you use, an iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah, your iPad that does that?
No. I know about.
That's so weird that, yeah.
Now it's not doing it.
I don't know. Henry came, so he's actually checking in on the show too. So,
thanks, Henry.
So yeah, so it's been a couple weeks. How you guys been doing? Yeah.
Well enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a value price toy today. I went into this place that I've heard of called Walmart that I haven't been in a very long time, and I found the fabled cheap walkies. So,
hey,
Very
look
nice.
at that. Like less than $5. for any Transformers product. I almost bought
Who did you get,
I
Anna?
almost bought some. You're kind of crackly.
You sound like a robot now,
Yeah,
which normally would be cool, but in this instance is less cool.
Okay. So apparently now, instead of freezing, but still having decent audio, Phil is now just crackling, it sounds like.
And now Anna's gone.
And now Anna's gone. It's just me and you, Christian. Sorry.
I'm having a break.
There you go.
Anna's now a ghost.
I'll just put my video like over Anna's. There you go. All right,
Perfect.
Anna. No, everyone will be like, "What the heck is going on?" Oh, she's back.
It's coming only through my tablet and not through my headphones.
Weird.
Oh, the audio. Yeah, I'm sure that there's probably some
I fixed
setting.
it.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
we're doing good.
there you go. So yes. Well, once again, this new option is also a free option, so we get what we pay for here. So
True enough. True enough. Will I get what I pay for with this blockies?
Who did you get?
Yeah, who'd you get?
It
That's what
looks
Phil wanted
like
to know.
it looks like from these pieces I'm looking at, I can't really tell because I haven't put it together yet, right? It's mysterious. But there's this cannon-y thing. And a lot of pieces are gray in color. So I'm guessing some sort of like baby Megatron from some sort of movie that happened recently.
Recently.
Okay,
By recently, kind of.
I'm back.
You sound fine now.
Yeah, I switched my phone from the tablet. Tablet is old.
Anna was elaborating on which blocky she got and giving us various clues.
Yes, it's gray.
I mean, D16.
Yeah, that's the only option. Pew pew.
Yeah.
But I love the instructions downstairs, and I think I'm too nervous to put it together without the instructions.
Is this your first blocky?
No, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just not very intuitive.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying the blocky is too difficult?
Yes, it's too difficult.
No, that's not good.
Yeah.
I will say Paul was giving me crap when I put together my first blocky. Now, Phil, you're like sideways now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry.
Paul was giving me crap when I was trying to put together my first blocky. So I have not actually purchased a blocky for myself yet, but I was trying to help, like at his table or whatever, put one together as a demonstration.
Oh.
And, I was failing.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've been making upgrades to them and to the construction process of them. So some of the newer ones, you don't have to put together the joints anymore. The elbow and knee joints, you used to have to put them together in the early waves. The newer waves, you don't have to put them together anymore. And I believe the wave of the Galaxy class ones, which is kind of like the main, is that 3-inch size blocky that's kind of their main product. They announced a new wave, was it yesterday or Monday? And those, I guess, are supposed to have like a ball joint and like an abdominal joint of some type.
Ooh,
That's
So-
cool.
fancy.
So I don't know if this is happening for anyone else or like
It
on
is.
the actual stream. Okay, but Phil, so we can understand everything that you're saying, but for whatever reason, at the end of everything that you're saying, it's making like weird.
There's a
Like-
digital monster that lives in your screen.
Yes.
It's kind of like you're an adorable frog character from a cartoon, and you make like
Yeah.
a croak sound after every word.
That's true.
Uh-oh. Phil's just going to be like, I'm out.
Well, now we can hear ourselves through your speaker.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
One day.
The promise of new joints is cool for the blockies, though. I did notice that the new ones didn't have sprues for their put-together joints. That was kind of nice. I mean, I don't mind them. I've done like 40 of them by now, but like, it's nice to not have to do it.
40? Wow, you've really got it.
I bought all of them, so yeah.
I wonder how many Paul has put together. Yeah, sorry, Phil, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm almost done with the Wave 1 case, and then I have to do the Wave 4 kit, Wave 3, Wave 4, whichever one's the first Transformers 1 case. And then I also bought the latest Shining case. But I've assembled 2, whichever one is not the Transformers 1, 5, and 6.
Okay, so do you just absolutely love them, like as a construction kit, or is it just like I have to have Transformers?
It's a little bit I have to have Transformers, but mostly I just like how they go together and I like how they look. Things that are all the same size have a advantage for me. Spy changers, bots, micromasters. I don't know what it is. It's something about them all being interact together that I just really love. Power core combiners.
Phil isn't having a good time, I don't think.
Poor Phil.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me just because, like, I definitely like these better. Like the Defender size, the little guys are definitely more appealing for me. For
Hi,
sure.
Phil. Welcome back.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your monster's
They're
gone.
good.
All right. I have no idea what's
Oh, no, it's back.
happening
No, it's back. There's a little bit of echo. Sorry.
It's like someone's pressing like a D flat on a
Yes.
synthesizer every time you talk. Like a very 80s synthesizer, which normally would be on brand for us, but I'm not sure it's exactly what we're aiming for.
here.
Maybe it is. Maybe we're aiming for something new.
Could be.
Maybe this is the new era of TFYLP where we don't talk about a topic and we just talk about our technology the entire time.
There you go. It would be the perfect.
Well, what is our topic? We've been talking about blockies for a while. I don't think that was our topic.
Well, our actual...
topic.
Oh, go on.
Go ahead, Lucas.
I was going
You're
to
the
say
boss.
our actual topic was we were just going to discuss the show reveals at what the heck is the show that Takara's at right now? See, I should have had you introduce it, Anna. It is the Shizuoka Hobby Show, is that right? I don't know. That's what they tell
Sounds
me.
highly probable. It's a hobby show.
Yep. So yeah, so Takara showed their stuff off. A bunch of the things that they've previewed before. Sorry, Christian. It only works every once in a while, I guess.
I guess.
But anyway, it's they actually showed off like physical representations of things that they had teased before. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot of things that we just hadn't really, like, we knew they were coming. A lot of this T-Spark stuff that we've known was coming, but we finally get to see what it's actually going to look like. Which is pretty cool. Like the,
what, Anna?
What's the T-Spark stuff?
Well, the T-Spark stuff is, it just feels like T-Spark is what Takara is doing for the 40th anniversary. I think there's been some implications of this. And T-Spark seems to be a variety of different things, right? We have these Adamus Machina guys, like the like the hot Rodimus that Paul has that I don't think exists otherwise on Earth. And also that Predaking, right? We saw that cool Animus Mishima guy. He's kind of interesting, right? Let's start with him. So let's just do it. Let's dive in. So this T-Spark stuff seems to be fancy, fun crossovers, the fancy Animus Mishima thing, all that stuff.
So I was gonna say one thing about that Rodimus. It looks really neat.
Oh, back to Rodimus.
And what's that? Well, I was just gonna start with Rodimus just to like mention. So Paul was mentioning last night that it was really neat, like the figure that he gotten. So I was like, oh, like I wonder if I could go purchase this, and it's sold out like a bunch of places. A bunch of places still have it up for pre-order, but like
the Japanese stock has come in. The American version from Hasbro has not.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I was wondering why there was a separate thing or whatever. But anyway, so I guess hopefully maybe when it comes back in stock, I can actually get it. But then also they showed off a Lost Light version of Rodimus, right? So
I think I'm going to try to get that one. I had to cancel my original one, and then they're showing this one now. I'm like, oh, that's actually something unique. Maybe I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it too, just because it would be an excuse to have the mold, but at the same time, it wouldn't be just another Rodimus, right? Because there's already more than one Rodimus in my collection.
Right. So this would be Crazy Rodimus, and then also Extra Crazy Rodimus.
Phil, we can't hear you. I'm sorry.
No, Philium.
Phil,
do you know ASL?
Can you try like your phone, maybe?
I think this is his phone.
Oh. I don't know what the heck. Well, that's
sad rain cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, farewell to Phil again.
But yeah, like I think it's neat for especially anyone that couldn't get the MMC one of the Lost Light version,
or
right?
anyone who could get the MMC one and thought it was a piece of garbage like I did. You can try something else.
Jeez, why is it garbage?
Why is it a piece of garbage?
Because it's not very good, doesn't transform well, it doesn't look like the model, it's expensive and bleh. Yeah.
I mean, the new one, you're probably not going to like the way it transforms either.
You know what? You're probably right. I should probably just give up.
Yeah. I mean, you can just have it as a like figure just sitting on your shelf, I suppose.
Well, I've already got the Flame Toys kit for that.
Oh, well.
True, it's not in Lost Light colors, but...
Then, yeah, I would just probably give it up.
No, I like that as tonight's message. I should probably just give up.
There you go. Yeah, nice message there, Christian.
We're done. Thank you.
Yeah. Like
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Right.
Bye.
It's like Phil or whatever, Curious if he's going to give up here pretty quickly.
Okay, so Anna,
what about
I'm
really curious about...
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I'm really curious about the Rodimus. I would like to play with it. I just it's an expensive figure, and it was something that I skipped on at the time. I kind of wish I hadn't skipped on it so I could have played with it, but now I'm really thinking of the Lost Light one. I don't know. One thing that Paul did say about it is that it did have some scary places in the transformation. And I think if he says that, Christian and I may be incompatible.
Oh, that's bad news right there.
All right, I'm out. I have given up.
Because there's been multiple times where I've gotten something and been like, wow, this is just like so cool. It's so amazing. And then I'm too scared to play with it in the future, right? I'm thinking of both Masterpiece Sunstreaker and Masterpiece Hound, right? Like I never transformed Sunstreaker again, I turned him into a robot once, and then I was like, okay, this is long, and I'm gonna scrape the paint if I keep trying, so I'm gonna not do this again. And yeah, and then Hound had all the scary bits. Yeah, so maybe the Adamus Mashima guy is not for us. But then, if he's not for us, is the Predaking for us?
Okay, so here's my question on the Predaking, right? They have done an amazing job of putting it off on its own. Like everything else looks like it's together, kind of, in a similar display. But that one, at least the pictures that I saw, and maybe there's new ones. There's no size comparison of him to anything else, and I'm curious, like, what size he's going to be. Because I think he's supposed to be smaller, right?
Maybe.
We heard from a certain rumor guy, who we won't identify, that he's probably smaller.
I thought they said that on the official thing.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't read, Lucas. I just look at the pictures.
Right. I don't know. It looks really good, though. I'm curious. Because did they actually have an MSRP for the Predaking?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm assuming quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it's quite expensive and it's pretty small. Like it does not scale with the current combiners. I think it's much smaller.
What do you think it's going to be? 400, 500?
I think probably 4.
Yeah.
I think 4 could be a pretty fair. Now, if it really is only a foot tall, maybe not quite 4.
I mean, I think in this day and age, it has to be 4. I mean, especially considering that, like, with the dollar and all that going down, like, I don't know. I feel like that it's not going to be something that we're going to be like, oh yeah, like, you know, that's cheap for us.
Probably not.
So, I don't know. I'm really curious to actually see a review on it, and I hope it's successful because, like, I actually think that stuff looks really neat. All the Adamus Machina stuff.
After our friend said last night, look at it to see how simple the individual guys are going to be, I started taking a closer look at the Limbots. So there's full pictures online now of the full color shots of the Predaking, so you can look at the details of at least the arm boss.
Christian left too. What happened?
He did. Yeah, it's just us now. And I was noticing, like, for instance, it looks like the feet are just like a simple flip out hinge, right, for the individual guys, which isn't going to look glorious, right? It's going to look pretty meh. So we'll see how it actually looks all put together.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it looks really good, like, all put together. But again, you know, it's like one image. It's hard to tell now with, like, a couple posed images of it. But I like the way it looks.
Yeah, I guess I said that wrong. Like, we'll see how it looks taken apart.
Can you all hear me?
Phil, I can hear you.
Y'all can hear me. You.
Good. All right. There. Yay. Oh!
So what are you using now?
My laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Camera is a little dim.
Are you running the audio through the laptop speakers, or do you have headphones? Because that
I don't have
a problem too.
I don't have headphones. How's my audio for you guys?
It's fine.
Where did Christian go?
I don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
This is going great.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the fancy Predaking that was shown off. You have any thoughts on it, Phil?
I mean, it looks neat in robot mode. I'm sorry, in combiner mode. From what I recall of the kind of blurry prototype pictures we saw of the individual modes, those were not fantastic. And I just don't know what the price point on that's going to be.
Yep, that was kind of the directions we went.
I mean, my guess would be $400.
That was also the direction we went.
Right. I figured it would be in the $400 to $500 range.
Yeah.
So we will see, I guess. I'm really
but
curious.
It was nice to see it.
Oh, sorry.
I was just saying it was nice to see it there.
I'm really curious. So they also showed off the Optimus, right? Did you guys see the pictures of Optimus in
MPG or Macross?
The MPG one?
Okay.
What did you guys think about that?
It's looking super nice, but it's like, okay, here's my 2 thoughts on it. 1, it looks super nice. I've always thought it looks cool. I kind of do want it. It's not really noteworthy that Takara in 2025 can make a good Optimus Prime, though, right? How many good Optimus Primes have they made over the years, right? They know how to do this. They got him down. He'll be great. Is he something that any of us really need at this point?
The thing I think is hard to tell is it depends on whether or not it's going to be the start of a new line where it all kind of looks like, that type of look. But if it doesn't sell well, that line, they're not going to release more. So that's kind of the rub, is that if we don't buy this Optimus, which, we already have 100 different Optimuses at least, then the line won't be successful and continue on. But I think it's interesting because I think that the new Optimus kind of fits in pretty well with that Adomus machine or whatever, right?
The what machina?
The Rodimus and the Predaking, whatever the heck that thing is called.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a more unique aesthetic, more pointy. I don't know. It's again, we've seen the price on it. It's better. Like when MP44 came out, people loved it, but it was expensive. Then they started doing the MP44s without the trailers, and those have been much, much more affordable. And there's some places where you can get, the other day I saw Shattered Glass Optimus for like $170. The MP44 mold, but the Shattered Glass version of it. So there's ways to get that mold for pretty economically priced, but you're not going to get the trailer. So it just feels like I think some people will get it. You're going to obviously have the diehards who will get it. You're going to have some folks who missed out on MP44 and get this one. But I think there's going to be a big chunk of the collector base that just is going to feel kind of like too soon.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think that.
I mean, another one that I think people felt burned by seeing with the show is the missing link 2-pack of Bumblebee and Cliffjumper.
I'm shocked, I tell you.
Yeah, it's like, come on. I know Hasbro does that, but I thought you were better than that, Takara.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer on those because they do just expressly look better with the anime colors. Like, it just makes them a little more exciting looking to look at. And with the proper cartoon Bumblebee face and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Well, they already did.
Who went ahead and bought those two, it'll be a little sad.
Okay, so they already did 2 Optimuses. Hey, Phil, can you mute yourself whenever you're not talking? Hey, Christian.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, the audio feels like kind of echoing through your computer. Um, but I was gonna say is that for the Optimuses, they did a both versions like when they initially released it. So are you just mad that like they didn't do that? Do you wish that they would have done 4 different releases at one time, or what? Because like they essentially have 2 different Optimuses, so I don't see where having a cliff jumper and a bee that are more animated accurate or whatever is like bad. I don't know. What do you think, Christian? I mean, you're not in for any of this.
I am not, but I didn't have any choice but to chuckle when I saw those. Because everyone was like, oh, the missing link with B and Cliff are so good. Yay, they look great. And then I feel like this kind of goes against the whole thing. Like, they're modern figures of the original toy designs, right? That's what they are. And then you add in the animation accuracy a little bit more to it, and it's just like, what even are you? You're too many things now. Go away. Be something else. Just get a modern toy.
Says the guy who got super excited about animation colors G1 Optimus Prime.
Yes, but that's the original toy. It's 2 things.
This is 2. It just moves.
That's 3 things. I think it's too many things.
But I can get the appeal.
It's
right?
not
like,
bad.
You want the...
I
Who said that?
I can get both appeals, right? Because you want the proper colors for the cartoon. Other people want the original. So you want the original toy with proper colors. They want the original toy, but they want it to move like it did in their brains. I see both appeals. And I partially relate to both appeals. Putting them together is kind of okay. It's just I think you have to be like, I don't know, kind of a level of completionist collector to actually want both. So the whole thing where you chuckled when you saw that, like, slightly better release, that's kind of a bummer for those of us who don't want to be a completionist collector.
Yeah, I think I want to go back to Lucas's earlier point that they released both Optimi at one time. 3, 4. And they should have released these at the same time because they're doing both RCs at the same time, both Optimus at the same time. I think it will make sense to do Bumblebee and Bumblebee at the same time, or Cliff and Cliff at the same time, but they did Bumblebee and Cliff. They're doing Bumblebee and Cliff together. A little weird to me. It feels a little. What's one step below bait and switchy? Probably one step below. I guess that would be like present and expect. Expect me to buy? I don't know. I'm not for all missing link, but yeah, it's strange. Maybe they're just trying to figure out how to market that line.
So Christian, just to let you know, you're doing the thing that Phil was doing before. So I don't know what it's like.
Which one? The robot thing or the
thing
monster
where like it sounds like there's a playing a random note at the end or whatever robot thing. Yeah.
Let me do the thing that fixed me before.
Yeah.
Oh, just flip my game.
Now it's okay.
Now I'm back. Did it do anything?
No.
Oh.
You can try and
nice
mute
line.
yourself and unmute maybe? I don't know.
What about now?
That sounds better.
Cool.
Okay, good. So.
Okay, so that was Missing Link. There's another thing we saw that we've seen before in pictures that we hadn't seen a physical object of yet that might interest Christian.
And Phil.
That is the Zoids crossover.
Phil was very excited about this. He was sure to send it to me late last night.
Ooh, Phil too. Okay, cool.
Phil is like the biggest Zoids fan I've ever met. He's like,
I didn't know.
Yeah. I thought you were. I'm not being facetious here. I thought you were like, yay, Zoids.
Phil, we can't hear your audio now. Can you try to unmute yourself?
He did.
He did. He doesn't say unmute anymore.
No.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Well, I understood that. I didn't hear it, though.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, Phil is a very big fan of Zoids, or at least this design. And he and Anna and I have separately together, I've been wondering with both of them in separate conversations, if this is like a model kit, is it a figure, is it a model kit that then transforms? What is this thing? And I think we kind of think it's a figure now.
I think it's a figure because it's secretly a Diaclone set. It's not a Zoid or a Transformer. It's Diaclone.
It does look like the Diaclone.
No, it doesn't look like that. It comes with the pilots.
It comes with pilots.
And a repaint of their bike.
Oh, does it? Is that a Diaclone thing? Okay, I didn't know that. I do know that Takara and Bandai have done a Zoids switcheroo. So Takara's making figures of Zoids, and Bandai's making kits of Diaclone, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese toy switcheroo celebration because Zoids is so cool, and those companies are very involved in toys. So Takara's been making those Zoids for a while, and I guess it makes sense for them to make a figure of a Zoid. Basically, if Bandai were doing it and it were a kit, they'd have to involve Hasbro because Hasbro owns Transformers.
Oh, yeah, because when that thing stood up, when I looked at it standing, I was like, that's a Diaclone crossover toy. That doesn't look like a Transformer or a Zoids figure. That is just Diaclone crossover, which is cool.
I hear me somewhere. I still don't hear Phil.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do hear me.
Yeah, I hear you in the past.
Yeah, I hear past Christian. Boy, do I not like my voice. How do you guys listen to me all the time? You've been listening to me for like 7 years now.
I don't know. This is not great.
Yeah, Lucas, I think we may need a different product for this.
I don't know. The problem is that I don't know if we can find another, lower cost option. So
time to reactivate the Patreon.
Right? Yeah, just so we
time to
can have
reactivate
something.
Skype.
Time to reactivate Skype. Can you use Teams?
We just have to pay for a subscription, I'm assuming.
Didn't have to pay for a subscription.
We could do
Skype.
Zoom too, but again, we had to pay for a subscription.
Isn't Discord an option?
Maybe. Like, can it do network audio?
Yeah, this feels kind of like the Hot Wheels and Transformers crossover, where you've got.
Oh, he was there ever so briefly in the past, but now. You look so defeated, Phil. I'm very sorry. I don't think this is your fault.
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
No, I think Video Ninja is not helping us tonight.
You want to keep pressing through, or you want to call it?
I don't know. Yeah, hey Phil, I think it's causing more issues. I don't know. So sorry.
Bye, Phil. We love you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see if maybe Phil can get a different setup, because I don't know if that's part of the issue, is that it was looping through his computer speakers, so I don't know.
I didn't want to kick him off.
I know, no, I totally didn't either, but I feel like it was causing more audio issues. Like, it sounds like you guys are okay now.
I can speak for Phil just ever so briefly and say that he was excited about Liger Prime. And he and I have been looking forward to it for a while. We've been talking about it, speculating about it, figuring out what it is, how big it is. Again, another instance where they're not showing any scalars, unless you're familiar with Diaclone.
Yeah, that's a scale.
Okay. I guess it's big then.
It's reasonably big.
Is it like
It's not
leadery?
small. Because the Diaclone pilots are
commandery?
about that tall.
Okay, so it's big.
It's pretty big. Yeah,
It's
reasonable.
not giant, but it's big.
My problem with it is, and this is going to go into the last thing I think we have to. No, yeah, I think it's the last thing we have to talk about. And it's another freaking Prime, right? Like, why does it have to also be Optimus Prime, right? Why can't it just be? Why can't it be another Transformer? Why can't it be Cheetor or something, or a different cat person? You know, like. I get that Optimus is the flagship character, but make it Ravage, right? People like Ravage. Make it a Black Liger and make it Ravage. That would be cool. Give a bot mode with the Ravage head. That's fun.
I think they'll do the Liger Zero as the Ultra Magnus because it's white.
I feel like at this point that Hasbro and Takara has just been like, you know what? We're selling Optimus Prime here. Like, when I go to Walmart now, like, all the pegs, or half of them, are Optimus Prime because, you know, they have that deluxe one. So they ordered, like, a solid case of those.
Well, and they come in solid cases.
Right. But I'm just saying that, like, so there's a zillion of them on the shelf, right? Oh, Phil's back.
All right, I'm trying one more time. With my AirPods on my phone, closer to my
Mute
routers.
and unmute, real quick. Okay, go.
All right, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Closer to my router on my cell phone. So
You were briefly doing the note thing, and then you just made you unmute, and you were okay. You sound great now.
All right, cool.
So give us your thoughts on Liger Prime.
Shield D Liger.
Christian, I think you were saying something about the idea that this being like between Bandai and Takara, and so like they had to kind of bring Diaclone in there for some reason. It feels like to add the third mixture in here, the third component just seems, I don't know, like I'm sure there's a reason, I just don't quite understand it. I'll be, depending upon the price point, I'll be getting it. I mean, if it's like $500, I'll say no. But you know, if it's like 200 or below, I'll definitely be in. It looks like it might be pretty large. Like Zoid that size would be. It's close to Commander scale.
Yeah, it looks like it's the same scale as what are they called? The high grades that came out recently. Not perfect grades, but. Anyway, Kotobukiya had put out a bunch of Liger Zeros. It looks like them.
Okay.
They're like that.
Yeah.
What's up, Paul?
It's Peef.
How's it going?
He's a rogue element to
we're gonna see whether or not Paul's audio is crap too.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, you sound much better than the rest of us.
Oh, Mr. Professional Microphone.
Quality equipment can do.
Right. Yeah, you probably actually have like a decent setup there, whereas the rest of, people have.
Phil was just sharing his thoughts on Shield D Liger. So please, Phil, continue.
A couple other collectors that I know, Peter being one of them, another, kind of former cast member, and another one of our buddies, both felt like almost what you were saying, Anna, about the Macross guy is like, okay, it's another Optimus, and like, what does this have to do with Optimus? It's just you kind of slap an Optimus head on something else, and we're getting that a good amount. I mean, the Monster Hunter one is kind of like that too. The two Monster Hunters.
The Godzilla one.
I mean, you're not even getting it.
That's a little different with Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting the Megatron head on Grimlock body.
I guess you had a repaint of Optimus, right? Like, that
Yeah,
didn't
there's a
even get
repaint Optimus in there. That
released
doesn't make any sense.
here, but
Yeah, Lunar Cruiser Prime,
yeah.
which is not T-Spark, but spiritually
Yeah.
T-Spark.
I mean, with these crossover things, the brand is so big now. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just who's the best ambassador for the Transformers brand? It's always going to be Optimus Prime. And that's what they're trying to get new audience with these crossovers. That's just the way it is. And so
Gosh,
that does suck, I know, for us, but like it's not, those things aren't for us, you know? It's not Leo Breaker Zoid, you know, or whoever it should be. It's Optimus Prime. It's going to be every time for a while. And then after that, it's Megatron or Bumblebee. It's, you know, look at the RoboSyn model. You know, it's like, what are the things that people are going to recognize immediately as Transformers? And it's Optimus Prime.
No, I think you're right about that. It's just kind of and I think you're right to say that it's not really for us, right? It's for the person who already collects Zoids to have one Transformer in their collection.
Yeah.
And Transformer is now Optimus Prime, and it's fine. The person who loves Monster Hunter, they have a few different Rathalos statues, but one of them turns into a Transformer, and it's Optimus Prime. You know, like, that's cool for them. But for us, it's like, I want to just have a Rathalos that turns into a Monster Hunter character. That would be neat. Nah.
I want my Drago Yell. Demon Hunter.
Do you guys think that, like, DC collectors or something are like, oh man, another Batman? Or like Marvel collectors are like, oh, another Spider-Man, or you know, whatever. Like, that's where I kind of feel like that it's like Optimus is, you know, the main guy. So that's what's gonna get produced.
I mean, DC collectors really do feel like with McFarlane, like, oh, McFarlane's doing another Batman figure. So there is a little bit of that attitude. I mean, Marvel is a little more spread out with, like, each wave is going to have like an Iron Man, a Spider-Man, or a Wolverine. You know, so you know, there's a little bit of that, but I don't know. To me, part of it, what makes it feel more frustrating is that this is the second go around we've seen with these crossovers. You know, we had Lego. You know, Optimus Prime comes out of the gate first. RoboSyn, Optimus Prime comes out of the gate first. Hot Wheels, Bumblebee out of the gate first. Or depending upon how you look at it, Optimus or Bumblebee out of the gate first. Actually, yeah, Optimus twice out of the gate first before Bumblebee. So now we're seeing Takara do the same thing. And again, to Paul's point, that's, you know, you're going to do your most popular characters. And I'm kind of glad this isn't 10 years ago, because all these would be Bumblebees, and that would be much more disappointing.
Yeah, would you rather have it be Bumblebee?
Especially
Anna
the
says
favorite
yes.
Bumblebee.
The Swarm.
I mean, I think Soundwave is kind of the dark horse ambassador, you know, like he's like the street favorite character. You're not even like, it's like if you're not a fan of this but know it, like you're cool if you know who Soundwave is.
The truck guy and the tape guy. I think Soundwave's Lego set's coming out this summer. That'll be cool.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
I want to talk about a thing that only had a silhouette revealed, unless Paul wants to do it instead of me.
Ooh.
There's an Ava crossover.
Which is going to be Optimus Prime.
It's Optimus, but it's got Ava pylons on it at least, which is cool.
What if it's the Laser Prime mold? And that's where pylons come from.
Fine, I like that mold.
Oh, I thought this was the TFYLP Universal Hatred.
I have like a bunch of versions of it, and I have 2 more that I need to cross customize. But yeah, I like it.
You know what? I can't wait for that Mecha Godzilla thing to come.
I don't like that one as much. I do like the Megatron one, but I like it enough. The green on that trailer is really cool looking.
Well, the only thing I have to say about it is what I said. We don't know anything else about it, but I'm stoked, and I hope that there's more than one this time.
I hope there's a bunch of them. That would be really great because it's always Optimus and it's always Unit 1. So I guess this will be Optimus Unit 1. But like, what if they did an Optimus Unit 2? What if they did a Megatron Unit 2? Or I don't know. Who would Asuka hang out with as an Autobot?
Well, I used to put the
Hot Rod.
Kyoto, the Reveltech Avas with my color-coded display. So like,
Yeah, you told me you had Unit 4 with your Megatrons.
Yeah, and that looked awesome.
I'm sure it did.
It looked awesome, although those shelves were super cluttered back then.
What
But
if we
it's
did
been-
this in the vein of the Zoid Diaclone Transformer crossover, where it is McDonald's Evangelion Transformer crossover? So it's the Big Mac, Ava unit and Optimus Prime. That just because I mean it's a chunky looking bot you got coming out there in that silhouette.
It's Burgertron's mom.
Yeah.
I want it to be like legit Ava looking in robot mode, but actually transform into a truck that has like Nerve logos on it. Like that would just be cool, right?
Cool.
Like it just looks branded.
What if
That'd be very Transformers Prime like silhouette. I'm just thinking like
Mimi.
Transformers Prime Soundwave in terms of that skinniness kind of
I don't hate that.
No, I don't either. And but that's also hard to do into a truck. That worked out well. That was a drone.
Paul?
is anyone familiar with the new Gundam show?
G-Cucks? Yeah.
What if it's that? What if it's Optimus Prime
Oh,
anode to
That'd be
oblivion?
so cool.
oh, that's probably fine then.
That might be sick. Cause it had, you can see the horn in the silhouette, but it looks wacky beyond that. So, Anno's shuffling things up in his jar of tricks, and he came out with that Gundam thing. And he already did the Godzilla thing. What? Maybe it's like a precursor to something bigger. That would be awesome.
Ooh, like an actual animation project or movie project or something? Man, that'd be cool.
That would be. We got the Trigger thing. It's not impossible.
That's true.
It could
Kara
reinvigorate
Transformers?
It could reinvigorate the brand in Japan.
What's Kara even been up to since the last movie?
I don't know.
I guess
this.
G-Quux. Oh man, that'd be cool. Don't get my hopes up, please.
That's a great idea.
It's gonna be dancing in my head like sugar plums on Christmas. Oh, you don't like my analogies now, Anna?
I do. It made me. I mean, it was a good snort.
I mean, Christian, if anyone can will it into existence, you can.
Oh boy.
True.
My will hasn't worked on anything in like 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
I got Reflector, and that was it.
Yeah.
So one more thing, right?
You guys
Macro
talk about
7.
Constructicons?
Oh, yeah, they showed the Constructicon silhouette. Great, whatever.
Yeah.
Moving
And
on.
Hauler. Masterpiece Hauler was there. I don't think he got announced before that.
Well, it was on a leak list, but did you guys talk about Missing Link?
Yeah.
Yes.
We did. They complained about it, Paul, because they said it was like a repaint.
Because it's too awesome?
Yeah. So I was actually trying to ask,
that's what I said.
is that Optimus had 2 versions, right? So it was obvious they're going to do 2 versions of these characters. Like, why would you be upset about it? Sorry that they didn't come at the same time.
You know what you should be excited about, Anna, is now you have a little 2-pack of both molds. So when they do the next Transformer whatever special Missing Link set, what do you think they're going to make?
Bug Bite and Ladybug.
Glyph and Tap Out.
Never
Totally. It's totally going to happen.
Yes, one of
Any
the
day.
Prime. Sentinel Prime happened. All right, so they are not even the dartboard they're shooting at is on the moon. So bring it.
Like that means they'll miss.
I would take a Missy Link Cliff. That would be fine. I'm in. 100%. So you got one buyer, Takara. You're good.
But that might even be too normy for them, considering the Sentinel Prime. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's been done before. I don't know. I just hope it's. I want some more wacky stuff.
Funny enough, I've got my poor person's glyph and tap out here.
Oh yeah.
What are those? Are those the eye gear?
Impossible Toys, right?
Or
Impossible
Impossible
Toys.
Toys, sorry.
We're suffering because we're kind of dumb, but also great.
Have you touched the Missing Link mini-bot yet?
No, I haven't. Once I do, I will compare it to these. I will hold them up together and be like, these are things. It'll be fun.
Did you get good news today?
We're still alive.
Okay.
I did, but we're still alive.
I'm just saying,
we
maybe
could just
someone
have-
deserves a gift for all the work they've gone through the past year and a half.
That's true. That's true. I got myself a gift today. I went to Walmart and I got him.
There you go. Now, what is that?
Blocky's D16, man.
There you
I'm a
go.
Blorky.
That's a good get.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah,
popular
I'm
guy,
cool with that.
especially now that they're showing they're doing the evolution of them.
Yeah.
He's gonna be even more sought after.
I like this so much more than this. And it's just like a tiny bit of change in proportions and the way the face is done. And that's enough to make me go, this is good. And this is like, why do I own this?
Yeah, I mean the changes in the blockies have been incremental, and
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian was saying that earlier.
Yeah, I really wish they would have stuck with one size for the file card thing though. Like, come on, you assholes! Like, I just they just changed the size of the collectible thing that you look at it in sequence if you collect them. It's just so dumb. But the improvements to the molds really ratcheted up in Series 5, and it continues in Series 6, and it looks like in 7, the one that they just revealed, they have like even more articulation. They have a waist tilt now.
Looking forward
Phil
to it.
mentioned
I
that a
hope
little
they
bit
stay
ago.
affordable though. That's like a big thing.
As far as I can tell, they are still quite affordable. Like, I think the price that has only gone up a little bit. Let's say 25%. And when you're talking about a under $10 thing, like that's not a big shift,
Right.
The Walmart price on these guys is crazy. Sub $5 for this guy. It's pretty fun.
It's rude. To someone
Quite
like
rude.
me, it's rude. But yeah, if you see them they only have Series 5 at Walmart, and if you see them, just grab the whole case.
Where are the
I
blockies
almost
at
bought a
at
case.
Walmart?
There was a case above the shelf that was still sealed, and I almost just reached up and grabbed it.
They're great value.
Where are they at Walmart, Paul?
Just with the Transformers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
like with the toys section. I didn't know there was I didn't know because there's a separate collectible section.
It's not there.
There's a blind box section in the toy aisle now,
Yeah.
but they're not with that. They're just with the Transformers.
Yeah, it's the Walmart by me. They don't sell any of the new stuff, like the collector stuff anymore, and they replaced it with blockies. So there's hang tag. There's places for the blockies.
When you say collector stuff, are you talking like NECA or like Transformers collector
Transformers stuff? I think TF1 didn't do great for Walmart, and Walmart kicked them to the curb. Said you're bad Transformers, bad Hasbro. Really, they should be hitting themselves because they were buying awful toys for the past 2-3 movies. So that was a buyer mistake more so than Hasbro. But they were from the end of the aisle. Now they're in the middle. They're much more of a pain in the ass to get to. And
Right.
they got rid of all the. There's no Age of the Prime stuff, and there's no Studio Series stuff anymore. It's all the tchotchke crap.
See at my Walmart they still have spots for all that stuff. So I don't know, but I haven't seen the blockies.
It varies. I don't know if it's like
Yeah.
like stores have like classes or whatever. I'm sure
Right.
like internal to Walmart. I don't know what their classification of what kind of store it is, but it seems like a certain type they just nixed some of that stuff. So like one on this side of town will have it, the other one won't, and then another one will, and another one won't. So it's bizarre. I know too much about my Walmarts.
Phil, now you're upside down.
Well, I can't even see him anymore.
I
So,
don't even know if I
one
can
more
hear
thing
him.
from the show,
Yeah, one more. What is it?
and there's 7 of it, and it's Macross. Does anyone here care about Macross 7?
I've never seen it, but the jets are cool. The mechas are cool, and I know that they literally the twist on that series was they use music to fly the planes, which is great. Just like stupid, but they needed to change it up a little bit. I think at that point with Macross, and that's what they went with.
Yeah, so Macross is interesting in that, people know that Jetfire was a Valkyrie, right? From the original Macross. He was stolen design, toy, whatever. They used him. It was a big fight, whatever. That's old news.
Licensed,
but
not stolen.
Macross has been around for bazillion years, right? It's a very old series that's had, the occasional sequel every few years. Macross 7 being one of them back in the mid-90s. And it's all about transforming creatures, right? Well, not creatures, but robots, right? Airplanes they pilot that turn into robot mode for fights. And therefore, there are plenty of toys of this design already, right? Of this particular version of the Valkyrie. There are lots of toys of it already. So what they did here is kind of strange in that they took a jet that we know what it's supposed to transform into, right? Like I look at that and I'm like, oh, I know what the bot mode looks like for that, because I've always thought Macross designs were cool. And it doesn't turn into that. It turns into this other thing. This really skinny, another Optimus Prime thingamabob.
That is interesting to think about, though. Like, what if you had a red semi-truck that turned into the Battleroid or whatever? Like that would be a mind F, So I didn't think about it, but like that design, the robot design, is kind of a character that people associate with, and they just like killed him. They like erased him. That must be pretty jarring.
It is jarring, like visually, because it's just like I was looking at it, I was like, there's something wrong about this. It's bugging me. And then I, looked at a zoomed in picture and I was like, oh, that's just not the right thing. That's not what that turns into, but it's turning into something else. And like Paul said, if you had a perfect Optimus Prime truck and it turned into something else, you transform it and it's a freaking Ironhide or, original G1 Ironhide style gorilla mech thing, instead of actually being Optimus, your brain would be like, ooh, this is weird. So it kind of has that quality. But it also has the additional factor that at the same time it's the jet design. It is kind of Optimus, but it's also a little bit styled after the actual pilot of that particular ship, and it has his guitar from the series. So it has a mech-sized version of his guitar, which is really neat. Like, I just think this is a really cool homage as far as, like, what they put into it. Does it look perfect? No, it's got some design flaws that don't make it beautiful, and we haven't seen it in color yet. But gosh, it's a neat, like, it's a cool love letter to the series, even if I'm not a particularly big Macross fan. It's neat.
It'll be interesting to see it in color, because, like, is it gonna have blue boots? Is that gonna affect? Isn't that jet pink or like magenta or something?
It's red.
It's red. something happen?
I don't know what that was from.
Okay. Well, yeah, the colored parts will be interesting. I mean, it's better this than that robot design you're talking about with just an Optimus Prime head. That would be super dumb. So this is cool that they went all the way.
Anna, you're now muted. I can't hear you. Oh, did your AirPods crap out? All right. Well, I guess with that, we'll call it a night. Hopefully, we can get audio issues fixed for the next show. But I guess we'll see. I don't know. So appreciate it if sorry for anyone listening to this later on. It's probably pretty rough in spots. So we'll see. So. All right. Well, thanks everyone, and we'll see everyone next show. Bye.
Bye.